Hello, everybody. Good afternoon once again, and welcome to another exciting Tentacle Tuesday and another great session of XIII Cthulhu Forest of Fear. So good to see all of you here. I'm excited to be here because last time we left, I got to make something explode, and that's always fun. And now they get to deal with the consequences of the thing that blew up, which is every bit as fun. So they're going to have some work ahead of them, and I just can't wait to see how they do it. From here, anything can happen. So I wouldn't say I'm prepared for every eventuality, but I'm excited to see where they'll go. Play to see what happens, you know? So with that, I'm your game master, Colonomicon. You can just call me Colin. And today I'm going to be running some XIII Cthulhu for these folks. And let's go around before we get started, introduce ourselves to the audience, and then we will get rolling. Let's start to my digital right and then go clockwise with Kat. Kat, good afternoon. Who are you playing and what are you looking forward to today?
Hi, my name's Kat. I'm a clerk of court. I am playing Judith Gold, who is a trained OSS SOE operative. And I'm looking forward to seeing if we can figure out what happened to Dagger. Our possibly turned individual. Were they in the mine shaft when it blew? Who knows?
Wherever could she be? Yeah, that's the question of the hour. We shall see. Right, down below, Kat, we have Party Web Games. Rindis, what's up? Who you playing and what are you looking forward to?
Hello, I'm Brindis, and I am playing Aleksi Sokolov, the NVKD operative and demolitions expert. I'm looking forward to seeing who caused the explosion and why wasn't it Aleksi who did it.
I feel like there's some professional jealousy behind that question.
Yeah, like it's a common courtesy. If you're going to be blowing something up, you need to let all the other demo people know. And we emphasize that I couldn't blow up the generator and then somebody else got to blow something up. It's just not okay.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Were you what do you think? Were you a little bit jealous of, like, was that a good explosion? Was that like a primo one?
It was
that you would be
impressive.
proud of?
I would, yeah, like again, professionalism. It's like I have to tip my shanka to them for doing very well with the explosion, but
all right, well, hey, you'll have your chance. You will have your moment in the sun. You will have your moment
exactly
of the boom, as someone I used to play with once said. To Rindis's left, we have Laugh Love Lindy. Helen, what's going on? Who you playing? And what are you looking forward to?
Hi, I'm Lindy, and I am playing... excuse me, allergies. Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'm playing Helen Phillips. She is a sniper from New Zealand who got to have some good quality time with some lovely, delightful sheep last week, and she doesn't want to think about the other things that she had quality time with. It's fine. Everything's fine. She's not traumatized and just ready to finish this mission.
You've seen worse, right? Probably not much worse, but
equally worse things elsewhere, but not a fan.
Yeah,
it's like, do you want to see this ghost horrific event? I mean, I know you've seen some regular horrific events of that. But what about some ghost ones? Like, the ghostiness is what made it nope.
Yeah, whole lot of hard nope. Yeah. That was a rough one, yeah. But thank you for going along with that.
Oh, hell yeah, I was about it. Helen's
a challenging scene, shall we say. Hell yeah. And your accomplice in all of that spook was to your left. Actors at work, Kate Madison. What's going on? Who you playing? What are you looking forward to?
Hey everyone, I'm playing Mabel Smith for you. She's usually, although maybe after Ghost, I don't know how bubbly she's going to be, but you know, she's the mechanic, the engineer, the car person, motorbikes, those sort of things are her safe space. She understands those. But at the moment they've been running around on foot, all with sheep. And the ghost barn was an interesting one. So yeah, I'm looking. I don't know really what I'm looking forward to because I don't know what's going to happen because that's the nature of it all. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this place is all about if we explore it at all, or whether we're like, oh well, it's a hole in the ground now, goodbye. Next mission. So yeah, I'm interested to see what other things happen. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, and I can't emphasize enough how much the sheep are the real heroes of this game. You know, they really. Y'all are great, but those sheep really put in a shift last session. I'm just saying, they went above and beyond the call of duty, and we should all be very grateful for their service. But they're not your pet pals. I have another plan for that. Don't worry. They are not just yet.
It's a bet I'm a little disappointed.
And are you a little bit? I mean, hey, someone donate another one, and we'll see. So, and last and never ever least, above Kate, we have Charlie. Good afternoon, Charlie. How are you doing today? Who are you playing? And wrong accent.
Hi.
What are you looking forward to?
I am playing Verity right today. I have noticed our little threat momentum tracker is out of place. I'll fix that in a second for everyone. I don't know. I'm just very excited to see where we're going next. What is going to be hidden / uncovered by the explosion in the mines. Verity just thinks, well, that's that done. Big explosion. We should probably not be here. Let's go. And then she remembers she's in a bush on a hill on her own. So... You know, there's no privates here to play with. I guess I'm gonna have to help the team. I guess. Luckily, I have the radio, so maybe I'll just like.
You do have the radio.
Frequencies. See if I can find a
Does
new
anybody want to
boyfriend,
get that phrasing though?
I just saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought I'd like set out the low-hanging fruit for everyone and just see.
I heard Colin's groan.
Yeah, I'm playing Verity right. She's a codebreaker, spy, and fatal flirt. I think is a good description for her. And I'm super excited to be back in 1944.
Yeah. I had a friend who pointed out to me the other day that it is remarkable that on this team of people set to infiltrate behind enemy lines into Nazi territory, none of you speak German. I just that didn't occur to me until like session 3.
Colin, you made my
Aleksi speaks German.
Aleksi speaks German.
I did.
He got his shit kicked in for speaking German.
Oh, that's right.
I never really thought about it as a skill.
German?
Yeah, it was just not good German because his Russian slips through, and they were like, "Is that country German?" And he was like, "Oh yes, I'm from country."
Well, Verity speaks Welsh, so that'll surely come in handy at some point.
Yeah.
So she and Lindy and Helen can now talk to the sheep.
Oh, the sheep speak Welsh. Why didn't I even think of that before? Of course they do. Oh, right on.
Yep.
Did you just have that there? Like,
It's my lap blanket,
blanket?
yes.
Oh, cool.
I have a Welsh flag lap blanket, and the green gets keyed out, but it's fine.
Oh, cool.
Gotta represent the family.
Cool.
Heck yeah. All right, y'all.
And
So
Tom.
let's do a
It's
quick
Tom's
recap of. Oh, right. Let's do a quick recap of what went on last time. So, our I usually go with air quotes heroes here, but I like operators. Let's go with operators. Our operators established their base at the Ferme Dubois, an old abandoned farmhouse that the Resistance had arranged for them to be their safe house. It is possible that something that Marcel did, the Resistance contact, may have already exposed their base to a German having a piss on a tree nearby, but that remains to be seen. Regardless, they set up their base, got themselves established, and went to scout the area to make sure everything was clear. They didn't find any Germans, but they did find a few very, very strange things. Judith, while scouting around the house, found hoofprints in the snow of an unshod horse that slowly just disappeared as she followed them. Not filled in with snow or light snowdrift, but just erased from the soft snow. So that was odd, but it got stranger from there. There's an old barn behind the farmhouse that Mabel and Helen went to investigate, obviously hoping that it would be free of anyone perhaps hiding and spying on them. And while they didn't find anyone living, with the assistance of some sheep, they made it across the field and began to feel strange things as they went through the barn. It was cold, the hair stood up on the back of their neck. Something felt off. And upon further investigation, they noticed that the barn was riddled with bullet holes. Bullets of a bore not seen since the First World War. And as they intuned their feelings to their surroundings, they were greeted with visions of a mass execution. Dozens upon dozens of villagers from Arduet were slaughtered here 20 or so years ago by soldiers of what we now know to be the Black Sun, an occult group working within the Nazis, but has been around much, much longer than that. The villagers were killed ostensibly because they did not give up information. The Black Suns wanted to know where something was. They knew it was nearby, but the villagers wouldn't tell them, and for their punishment, they were mowed down. Mabel and Helen not only saw what happened there, they felt it as if the bullets pierced their own bodies, leaving them rattled, to say the least. Upon returning back to the farmhouse, they were greeted again by Marcel, their contact, who eventually did give up that strange things happen around here all the time. He himself, in the forest, had witnessed what he believed to be the ghost of a roving Roman legion walking through the woods. The dead do not rest in Arduet. Why remains to be seen, but something draws them from their graves and has them mingle among the living. Marcel told them that nearby was Outpost 13, an archaeological site that the Nazis, with the Nächtwolfe and the Black Sun, had been excavating for some time, but they had recently begun pulling troops out in mass numbers, leaving it largely undefended. They also had information to believe that Dagger, codenamed Dagger, Marta Archambaud, the resistance leader they were trying to rescue, may be held at Outpost 13. So the group departed, walked through cold fields in the dead of night, and found Outpost 13 just in time to see the last truck of Nazi troops leaving. They locked up the place behind them and shut the lights off, leaving it completely abandoned. Judith picked the lock, and the team went in, save for Verity, who stayed behind on a hillside, radio in hand. Upon reaching into the camp, they found it was indeed abandoned. The huts showed no sign of any occupants. The generators were powered off. Everything seemed to have been shut up for the night. But just in case, Aleksi rigged up the generator to bust, just so it can't come back on. But just as Aleksi successfully got the generator busted, with a few great sabotage rolls and actions, the mine shaft that the site is built around exploded, went up in a towering inferno, a burst of flame that Verity could see from her hillside quite clearly. And we begin tonight in that oh shit moment, where the mine shaft has just gone off, a loud explosion that rings out for probably miles around. Inside the camp, Mabel, Helen, Aleksi, and Judith, you have just witnessed this explosion. Verity, from your hillside, you have seen it as well, as you sit with the radio in hand. But we're going to begin first with the team inside the camp. The bomb, the dynamite has just gone on, or has just gone off. What do you do?
I look over at Aleksi because I'm just a sniper. I don't know these things.
I did not do. I know, but we have to remember, we are here, explosion there. We have not even gone near the mine shaft yet. somebody else is here. We should probably go see what caused that.
Can you put those things on like a timed thing? Delay?
Yes, actually. Perhaps Black
So they
Sun
could have
had rigged
set
it.
it to blow and then drove off.
They left.
Yes, it's very possible.
Maybe. Alright. Well, better safe than sorry. And I'll
Is
pull
it
my
likely
rifle out.
another one's going to go off, though?
I would not be
Like,
able to tell you without...
Maybe we should just...
Can I do a quick look around and see if there's any signs of...
Yeah, sure. Do reason observation for me, please. Difficulty 1.
Alright. I won't use anything yet. This will just be a basic roll. No focus in it.
Regular old
Ah,
2d20.
dang it.
Hey, there you go.
I meant to delete the focus, but did it hinder that at all?
No.
I tried to
No,
delete.
the focus
Okay.
wouldn't have affected anything.
Gotcha. Cool.
But what is your in observation? Would that have affected? Unless you have a 5 in observation, it wouldn't have mattered, I guess. But,
No, I didn't.
okay. Yeah. So it's not a crit, but you had more than what you need.
Okay, great.
All right. Like, do you want to actually go over to where the explosion was, or are you just looking from here?
They were concerned about other timed explosives being in the area, so he's just kind of giving the area a once over and making sure they aren't going to accidentally run into anything that'll explode while they're here.
Sure. Okay. You look about. You are very. I mean, with that crazy, you did a great roll there. With that level of expertise, you are very. You're very, very skilled at detecting. At detecting explosives. I mean, you're the kind of guy that can smell cordite on the air. And you'd have a strong whiff of it, obviously, coming from where the explosion just went off. But you know that if one were trying to cave in the mine shaft or something, there would be, you would just reason from your explosives experience, there would be no reason to do 2 separate timed explosions. It wouldn't really make sense to do so. Rather, just have a big time boomy go off and take care of it that way. So as you look around, you don't see... It does not appear that anywhere else in the camp was rigged to blow. And it wouldn't really make sense to you that there would be multiple timed explosions at the mine shaft. So you would reason it's probably clear.
I think we are good to go.
Do you think there's anything left down there after that?
It is worth looking into. Usually when you collapse mine shafts, it is to block access, not really to destroy everything. So it would be easier, faster to just collapse a access tunnel, and whatever is inside will be trapped there, or keep whatever wants to go in, out, etc.
Right.
And if they're the ones who set it off, they wouldn't be suspicious in coming back to look. So let's just make sure no one else set it off.
Judith is still going
Agreed.
to be keeping an eye out to make sure nobody else is going to be coming around to take a look.
Okay. Let's roll for that now, Kat, as you approach this thing. We'll do your observation roll if you're kind of keeping on the lookout as they go.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
So
and
reason
I would like to
observation?
assist because she's looking for
Okay.
anybody else as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, Helen, go ahead and roll yours first.
Mm-hmm. Reason observation.
Yep.
Okey-dokey.
Single d20.
Yep. 1d20. Might not help, but let's see. Nope. Sorry. I tried.
Wah, wah.
Alright.
Helen's a little bit rattled by loud booming noises. I imagine, Helen, you are nerves of steel, but you have seen some things, and perhaps there may be a little bit of shell shock there, and that massive sudden explosion threw off your focus a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Is our momentum counter correct now? Do we still
Yes,
have the 6
it is.
momentum? Is that correct? All right.
Yep, you still
I'm
have
going to
6.
go ahead and spend the momentum for an extra d20. Targeters. That'll do. I'll take that.
You're muted.
You're
Colin.
muted, GM.
Sorry, yeah. You spent momentum, sorry, I forgot to deduct
Is that
from
me?
the counter. Sorry, so as you walk through the camp and sweeping your eyes around in all directions, the camp is located on a little bit of a hilltop, so you get a pretty good view in all directions. That truck that drove off, you can hear it, and I think with that roll, you can hear it in the distance. And it's still headed away. It doesn't appear to be turning around to go back and check. It's just rolling on down, headed south from here. While you can't get a great view of everything around, you have a pretty good sense, and yeah, it really does appear like, for whatever reason, this place has been just left to its own devices. The Nazis don't seem to be coming back. Any individual soldiers in the area, in the woods or something, would be very hard to detect from where you are. That's at least possible. But you don't see any sign that this was some kind of trap where they're trying to get you and then come back and something like that. It seems like this place really is abandoned.
All right, let's go.
All right. As you get close to the mine shaft, the smoke is still settling. There is dust from exploded rock in the air. There is that strong, stings the nostrils scent of cordite, after effects of TNT. Aleksi, it smells like the elixir of life to you. This is what your cologne smells like. But you do hear, as you get close to the explosion, you can hear something coming from within the mine shaft. A sort of low hum. Almost creaking. And rather unexpected, a whining sound.
Everyone else hears sound.
Oh, you hear it too. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Not just me.
No, it's not in your head this time. Alexi's gonna step towards the sound.
Yeah.
I'll
Judith is
cover
gonna
him.
go towards
As you-
Swapped a pistol.
As you, actually, Aleksi, do another observation roll for me, please. Actually, no, hold on a second. Not observation. Do a reason tactics roll for me, please. I would also accept survival if you'd prefer that.
Tactics are better, so I'm going to use that one.
Okay.
There's 10. Tactics. And then there's no focus. Oh, fantastic.
Okay. A success and a complication. My favorite combination.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Yeah. Alexa, you can see, as you look at this pile of rubble where the entrance to the mineshaft was, the power lines that I believe Judith cut last time ran down into this mineshaft. There are wooden posts that held it up as it went down. The Nazis seem to have made a very stupid, though perhaps excusable, mistake if they were leaving in a hurry. Those posts, as the mineshaft collapsed, have held up certain spots along the way. And as you peer into the rubble, you can actually see a little bit of purple light glowing out from between the rocks. And you actually think, with just the right, if you're careful, moving rocks in just the right places, you could still get into this thing. You could get down in there. There's enough of an opening that you can even smell some of the stale air wafting up and just sort of breezing onto your face as you inspect the rubble.
I should not have any trouble getting this cleared for us. We will have to be careful, though. One wrong move, it could all collapse in again.
I'm going to take that complication by the way and pay it forward into my threat pool.
Yeah,
Why
that checks
would we
out.
want to clear this, Aleksi?
So we could be going inside.
Why do we want to go inside?
Yes. Aren't we meant to be finding... Are we meant...
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt she's in there, is she? Surely not. Why would they leave her in there?
The Nazis were hiding something in here, though. Also, sounds like something is alive in there.
Dog.
I am believing
it
so.
Sounds like a dog, and well,
I am in the KD. I am not monster. I want to see if dog is okay. Do not say anything, Judith.
I think Helen will give a whistle. You know, to see if there's a bark or something in response.
If it whistles back, we leave.
Whining.
Oh, it might be a wolf. Actually,
Well, yeah, that's
so...
probably might be a wolf or a
Yeah.
bloodhound or something.
I'm gonna start carefully moving these rocks.
All right. Is anybody helping?
I would like to help by suggesting you throw more explosive down there and just resolve the situation. Thanks. Bye.
We can solve both problems, the dog and the rocks, by blowing it all up.
Good.
Yeah.
Judith
The Nazis
actually
won't expect
thinks-
a second explosion.
that seems like a reasonable option, actually.
Just so Colin here is reading what you're saying right. Your solution, as I understand it here, is to essentially euthanize a dog with explosives? Is this what I'm getting?
It
No,
sounds
to
like a
remove the
viable
rocks
solution.
We don't
with
know it's a dog.
explosives.
It's
Oh.
We
it's
don't know how
merely a
close
mercy.
the dog is. How close is the
I
dog?
mean-
to the
I'm not
rocks?
there.
We don't know.
Don't listen to me. It's fine.
I'm a cat person. Don't listen to me.
I'm a real dog
Um,
person, but I don't know about
Helen-
Mabel. But...
Helen's a sheep person, apparently. It's like, is it a sheep?
Yeah,
It's not
she
a
is
sheep. Blow it up.
person. Yes. Just leave the sheep out of this,
I mean-
okay?
Here, doggy. Maybe
Maybe
the
the
dog
sheep
can dig.
dog.
Dogs are very good at digging.
Oh,
Yeah, call the dog. You know, I mean, are our lives worth a dog? At this point, we have a mission, and it doesn't involve dogs.
do we all
don't
see a
think
bit
we
of
should
purple
waste all
light
this
coming
time.
from down the tunnel?
Yeah, as you look down that shaft, you're all getting a bit of this what? I said shaft, come on.
As you look down the shaft, I'm sorry, I just...
As you look, yep. As you peer straight down
That's
the
Verity's
shaft.
job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Does it curve a little to the left? No, it's a straight shaft? Okay.
I mean, it's pretty.
It's only a Tuesday, everyone. It's only a Tuesday.
If you know, you giggle like a schoolgirl, and it's very telling.
Let's just say.
And it's all about the tentacles.
Let's just say it's not an even one. So let's say that the tunnel is pretty cockeyed,
Okay.
if you will.
Okay.
So
Again, great choice of words.
sometimes they're on purpose. As you peer down the shaft, you are getting that soft kind of purple reddish glow that is waxing and waning a bit. Sort
Oh,
of
that's
pulsating.
not great. What makes purple light? Nothing super normal, right?
Nothing natural that I can think of.
They buried this for
Right.
a reason.
But why bury dog? I do not
Agreed.
understand.
I mean, they're Nazis. They're bastards. I don't know.
This
Yeah.
is true.
only
Nazis
gonna
is good
worse.
explanation for most atrocities.
Yes. Yes. We
Okay,
know that they
so
were digging for something. They've clearly found it. Don't want anybody else going down there.
you think they are covering up what they found, so no one else.
I think they
Can
took
find
what they
it.
found with them, and yes, they took what they wanted, blew it up.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
It's either not
so-
wanted or wants to be buried.
so I suppose we should be putting to vote then. To go down or not go down. Again, I don't want this weighing on anyone's conscience if we find out that dog was left behind and died.
I think there's more on our conscience. We're in a war.
I am just
I
saying,
don't-
if anybody feels bad about dog,
Stop talking about the dog because it is whining and it's hard. Okay, it's hard, but we have a job to do that isn't down here, as far as we're aware. So I vote we carry on with the mission. We can always highlight this place as a place to investigate for either us or the Allies.
I'll just have one more question before I cast my vote. Aleksi, you said it wouldn't be difficult to remove this because some of the
no.
supports are still intact.
Mhm.
You think that was done intentionally so they could come back and get whatever's here?
Does it seem intentional, Colin, or was it just sheer luck from the way it collapsed?
Hmm.
I feel like an explosives expert would be able to tell that.
Yeah, which
yeah.
is
Like, every
You know
third
what?
pole
You
is
wanna-
the one that got exploded. Yeah.
You want to do? Make you a trade.
I will definitely do
Uh,
another check.
I was going to say make a trade. If you want to spend a momentum, you can buy off that truth.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Because this seems like an important deciding question. So, like, if it was very much intentional, for them to come back, or if they closed it to leave it shut. Since I have a, oh, go ahead.
I was saying, you reason that these posts being here, the explosion itself was pretty well orchestrated. Whoever did it knew what they were doing, much like yourself. So, understanding that, it seems a ridiculous oversight to you for someone so skilled to make such a stupid mistake and leave those posts behind, which you would reason would mean it was probably intentional. It's likely that, as you can tell from the purple glow, there is something still down there, and they wanted to make sure that while they were gone, no one else would find it. The fact that they left tells you that perhaps they're leaving for some other purpose, but not leaving for good, and that they intend to come back.
That's good info.
Buying troops, man. That's what you get.
Yeah. Okay. So, Aleksi will convey all of that. Yeah, good call. So, I do not believe that they had left this here to cover it up forever. Very likely they will be back. So we should see what is down
Judith,
here and what they were hiding.
Judith is going to call out in French, aiming her voice down the mine shaft, is anybody alive down there? Is there anyone down there?
That's all.
Now, is it a constant or like constant hum?
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and do it the whole time, but yeah, there seems to be this kind of...
No. I wanted to make
constant,
sure there wasn't like a
yeah.
low groan and then someone taking a breath and then keep groaning.
No, that wasn't really... I guess to be clear, that didn't seem to be really in response to what Judith said. It's just this constant noise.
Yeah.
Is it a human noise though? Is it a human groaning as if they're in pain, or is it a kind of I don't know. Because someone would take a breath in
like
a way
wood,
that would be
like wood
gassed.
Someone would have to breathe eventually, and it sounds very deep, probably too deep for human vocal cords.
Almost like a growl or rumble type animalistic potential.
Yeah, being able to tell if it's animal in origin or mechanical in origin is hard to discern.
It doesn't sound like an injured human, I guess, is my main thing. Yeah.
No,
okay,
it doesn't sound like
I don't know. I mean, are we really thinking that she is down here? That this is where Marta is?
Well, if she's not, there might be information on where she is. There's nothing else in any of the other buildings up there. I think they may just be for show.
Colin, did we check out on the map? I'm sorry. But I don't know whether we ever explained. Where is it? There's all these bumps. On number 8 on the outside. What are those?
Yeah, I don't think you guys really did inspect that. Those, which you would have seen as you're approaching the mine shaft, are just these mounds of earth they're just these like piles. It looks like things have been buried there.
So rather than pulled from the mine shaft and just dumped as excess thing, it looks more like mounds of things buried, like people buried almost, or something like that.
They're mounds. They're not mound of rock, but they are mounds of earth and weeds, stuff that they look like they have been there for a while. That perhaps that like wasn't
old excavations,
recent, but
or...
yeah, could be. And you guys do know that there's been apparently some kind of mine shaft here for a while, so that could well be related.
Does it?
We
does
also
it
know
out
that
of interest look like
a bunch of people?
Yeah, does it seem like this was a graveyard that has been excavated? I guess is my question.
This it seem like it's a graveyard that's been excavated? The
Like,
mounds?
that it was a graveyard and now they've dug into the graveyard, sort of thing.
The mounds are too big for graves. They
Okay.
are, probably about like 10 feet in diameter. Too large to be graves. What exactly their function is or why they're there is to be seen, but...
Okay.
Judith will wander over and check one out more closely. See if there's any sign of fresh digging, that kind of thing. Or knowing what she's seen in Poland, if they're similar to what was going on in some of the camps there.
Yeah. They look like mounds of earth that have been there for a while, long enough that grasses are growing around them. Thin, but grasses and weeds, dandelions, are shooting up from all over the top of them. So these have been there years, it seems. So the idea that, I think what you're implying is that maybe they're mass graves doesn't seem to hold up. At least, well, I take that back. At least not recent mass graves.
Gonna take an e-tool. She's gonna take an e-tool and just kind of take a few shovels out and see, how deep is this? Is there something like kind of just below the dirt that the dirt's been piled up on, or if it was something deeper, like a hole that was dug and then something put in and then pop back on.
Yeah. So if you dig into the mound, you pull back earth, weeds, grasses, worms. It all seems pretty mundane. As for if it's covering up something... Yeah, you know what? It seems like because of the shape in particular, it seems like this was a hole at one point that was covered over with excess. There was something buried here, very likely. It could be a burial mound of some kind. It could be... yeah, I mean, you really can't tell just from observing the outside of it, but yeah.
And just a few shovelfuls doesn't give much more information.
Doesn't yield anything particularly interesting outside of Earth.
Right.
What are y'all doing?
How long are you thinking it's going to take to dig through this, Aleksi? You say it's not hard, but how long? If those have just gone off to look for our fake message, they could be back very soon. So if we're going to do this, we need to think about it and do it pretty damn pronto, okay?
Yep.
Agreed. I imagine it would not be very long. I could get some debris cleared and someone small, and he just kind of like glances at Helen, could squeeze through. And we will be able to keep the hole open. No problem.
Well, let's get moving, rubble.
Right.
Let's
I'm
move the
going to
rubble.
go get
Alexi's moving around.
You know what's happening. And I'm going to run off and go talk to Verity.
Go talk to Verity?
Because we didn't find
Okay.
anything
Yeah, because she
else.
doesn't
Yeah.
know. She just saw an explosion. She's not with us. I want to just make sure she's okay and that she knows what's going on.
Sure. Okay. Aleksi, Judith and Helen, are you assisting Aleksi in moving rubble?
Helen is.
Okay.
Judith is keeping
Judith?
watch and pulling out her climbing kit.
Cool.
Judith,
Okay.
yeah.
So, let us do brawn and survival, please, for this roll, Helen.
Okay. Not like brawn athletics for like lifting all these rocks. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. That's fair. I'll allow
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. 1d20.
Strength is not her strength.
Hey, success.
Hey. All right, so that's going to give Aleksi an extra die. Aleksi, same roll. Strength athletics to clear the rocks. Hey,
I'll take it.
And that is 3 successes. You got a 1 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's top up that momentum. All right. Oh, as you guys clear the rubble, we're going to cut away for a minute and come back to you because Mabel, you are on your way back out to find Verity. Verity, what have you been doing in response to the explosion and everything? What are you doing sitting up on that hill? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Verity is currently working through a coded message to send to report on the explosion. But she's trying to figure out the best way to do it. Because timing-wise, the Germans are going to know if a message goes out right now. Probably that their explosion has been noticed. Because, assumedly, the Germans are talking to each other. And they know there's going to be an explosion tonight, probably. And if there's suddenly an Allied communique, bang on when the explosion goes off, then they know the Allies are watching. So she's kind of racking her brain on the best way to send out a communique. And she wants to get, like, an instruction. Because at this point, it's like, well, we were told to come here and get a target. There's no way this target is here because clearly they've cleared out and they've just detonated the site. Or, you know, we've just tripped a trap. She doesn't know, like, what caused the explosion. You know, something has gone wrong. So I need an instruction on if it's a pull out order or if it's a, you know, hold the site or what. So she's kind of going through, like, her intel training, her knowledge, and then just her cryptography skills to try and figure out the best way of coding said message.
Cool.
Can I give you momentum to get some info to help her make a decision?
Sure. What info would you like?
I guess what would protocol be? Would probably be something that she would reasonably know in terms of at least communicating back to HQ, so to speak.
To General
In
Strang,
case of
your boyfriend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Protocol here would be to send a fast encoded message that's sort of a, not quite an SOS. What am I trying to say here? Sort of fast burst transmission that could be easily mistaken for anything else. The Germans are not averse to picking up occasional, like, Allied radio chatter. They know that there are reconnaissance planes in the area. They know that occasionally they are going to pick up Allied communications. Whether or not they can decrypt them is something else entirely, but simply hearing one picking something up is not that strange. And in order to deal with the timing issue, you would have to encode the message in such a way that it can be mistaken for a sort of regularly scheduled message, so that the timing issue, that the correlation there isn't obvious. So you know that Allied communications practice is to give sort of like hourly all clears, that sort of thing. And if you could send one of those to General Strang while sneaking in an encoded message about the explosion, it would probably fly right under the German radar and not be thought of as anything particularly out of the ordinary.
I think that would be what she's working on. She'll be, like, keeping eyes on the site, trying to see if there's any movement. Part of her maybe assuming that maybe they're all already dead. She doesn't know. but simultaneously, she's one person. If they tripped a track, she could run in and trip another one, and then no one knows anything. So she's holding position and doing her intelligence job, which is to get the intelligence out and wait for a response. But she's definitely looking towards the site, trying to figure out where she last saw, Aleksi, Helen, Mabel, and Judith, and if she can see anyone moving. But I imagine it's quite hard.
Sure.
There's just been explosions, there's probably disruption in the air, and it was already, a miserable November night. So, or earlier than that in the year, I think, but yeah.
So roll for me a reason cryptography. You're pretty damn good at these.
All right, I'm gonna buy a dice with momentum, please.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 3 dice with a target number of 16. I have is that focus in cryptography? Because I have cryptography, yes. So I have a focus in cryptography, which makes my focus
5.
Oh, it makes my focus 5. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's the skill. That's right.
It's the rank, yeah. So 5 or under, you're good.
Ooh, 2 successes and a complication. That was actually a really bad roll for her. She literally only just passed on both of those, and then a critical bad time.
Yeah, you have what total academic? The cryptography reason is 17 for you, 16, right?
16, I think.
Yeah, 5 in cryptography, and then 11 in reason, so 16. So that was just barely.
Yep, and then we got that
So
fat complication in the middle of the sandwich.
Mm-hmm. So you only needed 1 success, so that other one is going to go into your momentum pool. Complication, yes. Okay. You send your encoded message, and it gets through. You get the signal back that indicates message received. Basically, the Roger, Roger. But you hear then coming through your radio. Oops, it's actually closed them. You hear coming through your radio the voice of General Strang. Received, but not understood. Copy?
And Constance, I think, is startled and nearly drops the communication of the part of the radio, and kind of fumbles in the mud and just replies, "Copy." And then she scrambles for a notebook to try and figure out a coded way to communicate, because this cannot go on for too long, but also she can't just say there's been a fucking explosion in the mine at Outpost 13, what the fuck do I do? Although she'd really like to. Like, that's the energy she has. She's like scrambling through her notebook for, how do I say that? Sorry, Verity.
So as you're scrambling through your notebook, I'm gonna spend a leftover bane from last time.
No. Niet.
You're kneeling down in the snow, flipping through your codebook. You know that a very, very quick transmission like the one General Strang did, that's simply a Roger, heard, acknowledged, understood, probably doesn't screw you just yet, but you have to make sure that your message is understood quickly. So your focus just zeroes in on getting through how to communicate this. And that is where you are, kneeling in the snow, radio in hand, notebook in the other hand, flipping through, when you feel the barrel of a rifle press against the back of your head.
The notebook falls, hands up, just reflexively.
You will stand.
Oh wait, Mabel? Oh wait, I'm reading Green Room. That no.
No, it's you. It's you. It's you.
Okay. She stands.
What is your name?
Elise.
What are you doing in the woods with a radio, Elise?
They told me to come here, see what was happening.
Who is they?
They didn't tell me their names. They said I had to, or people would die.
Is that your friend approaching us now?
Who? And she'll turn very slowly, just with her head, to look to see who's approaching.
You see, so you're at the edge of the, sort of just inside the tree line. The ground slopes down in front of you and then slopes back up to the camp. And you see Mabel hurrying across the snow, headed in your direction. Huh.
That's my sister. And then she'll, whatever we came up with for the market, I didn't remember because it was like over a week ago now. But Verity would know. She would give us Mabel's name, just the first name.
Oh yeah. Well, whoever remembers last episode really well, let me know. But I don't remember what it was, unfortunately.
I just wanna. I wrote it down, I think, but the trouble is,
Yeah.
I did say last week that when Judith painted her face all like shadowy, so did Mabel.
That's okay. Probably still see you.
It's fine.
It's fine. You can probably still
really
figure out that's a
camo.
Mabel shape versus a Helen or a Judith shape.
Totally just from the market, all just from the camera. I'm sorry.
You and your sister came here because someone threatened you to,
We
or
met
else
them in the
people would
market.
get hurt.
Yes,
It's a market.
yes. When we went to buy eggs. They said
Eggs.
something was happening here, and they wanted to know what.
Well, Elise, something is happening here. But you are not meant to see it.
I want to turn around with my handgun and shoot him in the face. Literally, like, one hand will drop and she'll be turning her body so she can... It'd probably be more like a gut shot. I don't think she's going to raise the gun. She's just aiming to do damage.
Okay.
Because at this point, she needs to alert everyone else that she's fucked. She has no idea who's behind her, how many are behind her. But she's getting the impression she's about to be shot anyway, so she's like, nope, that's it. End of conversation. I'm getting bad feelings. I'm about to be eliminated, so gotta get him first. Why not? Do the stupid thing, right, fam? That's what we do.
Press
And I
the
did say
red
she had
button.
her concealed, yeah, big red stupid button. Her concealed pistol was out, so. The concealed pistol has the focus handguns, the salvo vicious, the qualities close quarters and hidden, and the range close. So this is pretty good for my little gun. And I need to make some sort of roll. I've never done a combaty roll. I'm very excited. But also I don't know
Yes.
what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah. So ranged attack, coordination, fighting.
All right, let's have a look. Ranged attack. Somewhere on my sheet.
And the difficulty will be 2 because
Coordination is 10, fighting is 0, difficulty is 2. I will spend... Is it 3 points of momentum to buy 2 dice? Is that right?
Yes.
Is that how the math works? Right. Yeah. I'll spend that momentum to buy 2 dice. And that's going to bring me up to 4 dice to roll.
So it's on 5.
Okay. Yep. Skill test roll. Number of d20s is 4. It's nearly the max I can have. Target number is 10 because I'm not good at this. And focus is 0 because is 1. Sorry, because I have no focus. That was nearly a bad time. But the 19 would be a complication, right? Because it was a 2 difficulty.
Difficulty 2.
Oh no.
Yep. So that complication pays into my threat.
Yep. But
you spin around.
4 successes technically.
And you only needed 2, so those pay up. I'll give you that momentum. And I'm gonna spend 5 threat.
No.
Introduce a severe complication.
Why did the threat go so damn high?
To introduce a major complication. You wheel around, pull the trigger, and your gun jams. And you see a man dressed in black with the emblem of the Nächtwolfe on his shoulder patch, holding a machine gun that was just pressed to your back of your head. He hasn't flinched as you turned around. And as you turn and ineffectually pull the trigger, he laughs. You really need to take care of those things. And he's going to smack you with the butt of his machine gun. And I'm going to spend...
This is fair. I deserve.
I'm going to spend 3 threat to give myself 2 extra dice. Oh, sorry, that was the combat dice. My bad. Wrong roll. Skill test roll, sorry.
All the Cthulhu's and gunshots.
Yeah. And then for this guy... Where did I leave his stats? Yeah. So he has coordination. He has a focus. Okay, so his target number and his focus. Don't mind me while I do math. His focus is 3. Okay. I got a crit. 2 successes. The extra one pays into my threat. And now his damage. Okay. That's 6 stress, which means that you will take an injury as well, because you got hit for 5 stress in one go.
So I already had my leg stress, and I meant to ask, and I totally forgot. Like, do you ever recover any stress? Because I've had that since the first session, or is she still at whatever stress she was at from that?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. You would have recovered that by now from the time that you had to convalesce. Your stress would have gone down, and it wasn't a permanent injury. So if you want to reduce that, yes. But
Okay.
that is 5 for you in one go.
6 total. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sorry, just highlighting on my little handy dandy spreadsheet. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to red and 1 injury. All right. She has one point
And
of
the
stress left.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the injury you take here is he just smacked you upside the head with this. You
A
are.
nice gushy head wound, because head wounds bleed like bitches.
They do, and you're a bit concussed. That rang your bell pretty hard. So you fall down and eat the dirt, and the world is absolutely spinning to you right now. This will kind of affect, well, your mental acuity for a time. Mabel, as you come running across the field, I want you to roll observation insight, I think, to kind of just pick up on something ain't right.
Okay, I would really like to. I will spend. Hold on, what can I do here? I can spend 3 momentum to get 2 extra dice, right?
Mm-hmm. You may.
Okay. Insight observation. Oh boy. That's great. So, 3 dice. Whew.
1 success. Okay. Mabel, as you come running across the field, you remember where Verity was? Where she was hiding up on the hill? And as you come scrambling up the hillside, she's not where she was. And you notice that there's a spot of blood on the snow. And there is markings in the snow, kind of dragging, that leads a short ways away behind some trees. What do you do?
I see tracks that go behind a tree and then seem to stop.
Well, you can't see the
From
other
where
side
I'm
of the tree, but
standing?
it looks like something was dragged from that spot. And there are some boot prints about as well.
I can I from this location actually see the others by the mine?
Yeah, in fact, pause right there a moment. Back down, you guys have cleared the way. It is wide enough that you can't walk down it, but it would be easy enough if you went single file to slip down into the mine shaft.
Mm-hmm. And Mabel hasn't come back yet? I mean, it hasn't
No.
taken her long, I assume, but... I'm just gonna pull out my rifle. I want to look through the scope. Just up where it should be.
Yeah. Roll it. I know you have a kind of skill for this, right? You have the...
I have
One second.
focus
Just
and
sight,
sight.
I think it's called.
Yeah, I'm real good at seeing things. So observation with insight?
Can I assist on
Coordination?
that?
What do you
since
want?
Judith was keeping watch to begin with?
Yeah, sure. Observation insight for both of you.
Observation
Okay.
insight, cool.
All right.
Judith rolls first for the assist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just rolling 1d20.
Nice.
Success.
There you go. All right, that'll give you an extra.
Cool. 1 success.
1 success. You scan the hillside and you see Mabel right outside the tree line, looking around, confused.
Uh-oh.
And with that,
Thanks.
you can see just past Mabel,
Uh-huh.
behind a few trees,
Uh-huh.
someone dressed in black peer around
Oh,
and then tuck back in.
which is not Verity.
That is not
because
Verity.
Verity's. Yeah. Can I try to, I don't know, pull the trigger on the black dressed person snooping around? And he's popping his head
Yeah.
out. 'Cause I don't think he's expecting a sniper in the camp below him.
I don't think he is.
Cool. So would you say this would be a surprise for him?
I would say that, yes.
Okay.
I do not think he was expecting a sniper bullet.
Cool. Because I have a talent called Assassination.
Yes, I've been waiting for you to use this one.
Yes, in which, when I'm making an attack against an unaware target, I can spend 2 momentum to perform an assassination, gaining the intense weapon effect, or an additional 2 CD if the attack's already intense, which I don't think mine's intense. And if the target's defeated, the attack's silent and not heard by anyone. So let's see how
You don't
that
have 2 momentum to
goes.
spend. Is one part of there's one
We
problem.
don't, but I can generate momentum by giving you
You can give me a threat.
However, also, I
Oh.
believe Mabel spent 3 momentum last time, but only rolled 1 additional dice instead of the 2 additional 2 dice. So we actually would have
Did I?
momentum. Yeah,
Do I naturally
You
get
only
2?
rolled-
Oh, I naturally get 2 dice. I'm an idiot.
because you spent
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
to
I
get
only
2,
rolled
but you only
3.
used 1.
Yeah, you're right. So I will
I'm
pay that back.
sorry.
So
Thank you.
Don't.
you should actually have 3. Yeah.
3 then, yeah.
I do. I do. Yes.
Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, I want to spend 2 for the assassination, and I want to spend an extra one just to get an extra dice because that sounds useful. So I'm just gonna burn those.
So
for momentum,
burn out
and
the momentum.
hopefully,
Okay.
yeah, hopefully that doesn't fuck us too
So
bad. Hopefully this pays
Get
off.
up to 5d20. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do fuck it up, there's always fortune points to reroll.
There's always fortune points. I do still have some of those. So, all right, this is coordination fighting, I believe, or is it agility fighting? Hold on, it's been. I feel like
Coordination.
we took off last
I
week
was
or
just looking
something.
at it. I know,
Yeah.
right? Coordination
I
fighting
know,
for
it's
ranged attack. Yep.
Cool. Coordination fighting. 13, and I've got a big old focus in that. Roll 3.
Oh yeah, you could spend a fortune to make an auto crit also if you wanted to. You can make one of the dice you're about to roll will just be considered a 1.
Ooh, that's real snazzy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use that fortune. Why not?
All right, mark that.
Yep. Marked.
So you have an auto
Okay.
auto 2 success. Let's see how much you can fuck him up with this.
15. Focus is 4. Ooh. So that would be,
well.
I get complication, but that's an additional 2 successes. So 4 successes total.
Boom,
And then
boom,
I get to
boom.
roll all the
All right.
crazy damage on this gun.
Yeah, it's high. I'm gonna let you roll additional damage for that ridiculous success also.
Yeah, because
and
it's accurate. And then this is now also a intense attack. So,
oh,
and as well, whatever that is
that
the
adds
thing
extra
that's
damage
in
dice?
one of these charts. I think so. Combat. We had a nifty thing that had, damage effects and qualities. Here we go. Intense. If an attack inflicts an injury and an effect is rolled, the attack inflicts an additional injury. So if he's injured, he gets double injury.
Oof.
All right.
Yeah, which is good because well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
basically,
so
if you
I
get at
roll-
least 5 stress on this roll, you'll inflict an injury and then automatically inflict a second one.
Okay, let's see how it do.
Oh my god. That's 8 damage. You also have an effect with your rifle, right? The
I
well,
have
I think that's actually
Bane,
only
which
if you're
means
attacking. Yeah, that doesn't apply.
supernatural creatures, which is helpful fighting supernatural creatures, I'm sure. If he's one of them, he doesn't like this attack. But if he's not, it just hurts a lot.
No. He's just a man looking at a girl, wanting to not have his head blown off. But alas,
Bad time
That's
to
him.
So, fun fact, he can only take 2 injuries before he dies.
Oh,
so with
that
that
is a fun
damage, and so the 5 automatically fill it, so that's an injury right away.
Mhm,
And now
then
you
it's an
automatically
intense
inflict
attack.
2.
So, and it's quiet.
Yeah.
His head pops like a quiet watermelon.
You know, I'm gonna give
Verity
you the
showered
floor.
with more blood.
I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
the floor. Tell me a tale of this Nazi's death.
So I think Helen's like, oh, that's not good. Something's happened to Verity. Mabel looks confused. That's probably what it is. Click. And then it's fairly quiet. Just there's some noise around for Aleksi and Judith, but I don't think Mabel would hear it. Maybe just a like not quite a cork pop, but just a slight pop, and then she would see from behind a tree just red as a section of snow just gets tie-dyed, and poor Verity, if she's unconscious or just injured, gets showered in blood and pink matter, but she's not held by and a machine gun also just from behind the tree just thunk lands in the pile of red snow that Mabel would see.
Yes, absolutely all of that. Good Lord, Helen. Why did I give you that rifle? Because someone gave a boon, that's why.
They did, yeah.
So, I love picturing this, because we have the tree he's hiding behind, which means the blood is going to spray, but then, it's going to spray that nice, lovely V shape around the tree, leaving that one part kind of unmarked. So, Mabel... actually, Verity, you were knocked unconscious a moment. For the time you were out, this man grabbed you by the ankles and dragged you behind these trees, awaiting your compatriot to ambush her when she came up. Your eyes are bleary, just wincing in pain, blood pouring down your head. You feel concussed. You feel that sick to your stomach feeling that often accompanies concussions. You're nauseous, and the world is just turning sideways for you as you lay in the snow. And you look up at this guy, rifle against his chest, peering out. You know that any moment now Mabel is going to come up that hill, and then she's as good as dead. And from your position, there's really not much you can do to help. Which is why it's so surprising when that man's head suddenly explodes, seemingly out of nowhere. You are showered in blood and brain matter and skull, and Mabel, from your vantage point, you just saw this man turn, about to lower his rifle on you. He turns from around the tree. You make eye contact with him for the briefest of moments. You catch that
Start reaching
little
for a gun.
that little rat bastard smirk on his face as he closes one eye to take aim and send you on to hell. when his head explodes. Even from where you're standing, you catch a bit of it, and your face is flecked in blood as he drops limp, the machine gun falling from his hands. What do you do, Mabel?
Oh shit! I'm definitely grabbing my gun out because one doesn't mean only. So she's got her little concealed gun out, and I guess I'm gonna look back towards the mine, thinking, would I know from the kind of blood splatter where the gunshot may have come from? And it seems like the mine at least. So,
And the way
it's
the way his body fell would definitely indicate where the shot came from.
yeah, okay. Well, I will awkwardly thumbs up at them. And then I think she'll. So like before this, she was probably going to go back and say we were in trouble, but like now she thinks that Helen has her back. She's going to creep forwards towards the bloody ground and with her gun out and look for more and for Verity, basically.
Yeah, and you see Verity lying on the snow, slumped on her side, blood pouring down the side of her head.
And okay, I am scanning the place for more. Does it look like only one set of footprints from his?
Yeah, let's roll for that.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like, I want to help her,
let
but
us roll. Let us roll insight
Okay.
observation or insight survival. Either one works.
So insight observation or insight survival. Well, survival has a +1, so I'd like to go for that one, please. Oh boy. Right. So. Right. I will spend 1 momentum to at least have 3 dice. I remember now, so that makes it up to 3. So I'll do that. So roll that.
Spend a momentum. You got it.
I will spend a momentum. Sorry. Roll 3. Please work. Yes. Phew.
All right. Mabel, you have a look about. You only see one set of tracks that led up behind Verity. You see from the distance apart they are that this guy crept very small steps. And you can almost say she can be forgiven for not hearing him coming. He was moving very, very stealthily. By his uniform, you can see that he is Nächtwolfe. And he is very lightly armed. There's the machine gun on his body. He has a pistol. If you want to find anything else, that's what you can tell us by looking. You'd have to inspect the body to find anything else on him. But he looks like either a scout or a straggler that happened to be in the area and fell behind. You don't see any other tracks nearby that would indicate that he had people with him. He may have been going on his own initiative. It's hard to say, but he looked like he was alone.
I will yeah, okay. I will bend down to Verity. Hey, are you conscious? Hello? Oh goodness. And I will, if I have any bandages, so I put one on her leg. But that was a kind of an assumption. I don't want to keep assuming I've got loads of bandages on me. But if I don't, I'll try and tear something off my clothing and try and put it on her head to stop the bleeding at least, or to hold it on there.
Sure. Verity, you are conscious but bleary.
Yeah, I think her hand is up in her hair and just feeling the mat that's already forming and just all that stickiness.
Hey, put your hand on there, and I'll put her hand on where she needs to actually just hold. Can you walk? I can help you. I think we need to move from this spot.
We need to radio. Strang.
I think they already know we're here, so we don't want to...
And she's just looking at the radio, and she'll try and move quickly, and then she'll get that, oh, I feel really sick if I move that quickly kind of feeling. And she's scrambling with this radio. And she'll use his code name. Was it Hunter?
Hunter.
Yep. It was Hunter, yeah.
Yes.
So she'll call Hunter into the radio copy to see if she can get a response.
I'm gonna look around. I'm very aware.
Copy, Hunter.
Verity reaches up and thrusts the thing into Mabel's hand because she's gonna vomit just everywhere in misery.
Oh.
Oh, wait, what am I meant to be saying?
Keep it short. What happened?
Verity, roll brawn survival difficulty 2.
Ooh, okay. Brawn 7, survival 0. Okay, difficulty 2. I'm gonna give you a point of threat so I can have another dice, and I'll spend the 2 momentum for my 4th dice. Is that how that works, or do they independently stack?
Just one momentum.
Oh, that would be different. Yeah, that would just be one.
Okay, so yeah, one for each then. Sorry, I didn't want to cheat the system via Scumlord, but
No, you're good.
Cool. Alright, 4 dice, target number 7, focus of 0 or 1. 1 success, so fail.
And you misery vomit. The nausea is getting to your head awfully, and as you thrust the radio into Mabel's face, you turn and put your head behind the tree and chunder it, and yeah, that's gonna have lingering effects. But you feel your vision is doubled, and you feel extremely uncoordinated. Basically, coordination-based tests for you for a while are gonna be difficulty 2 instead of 1. So Mabel, you just see Verity lose it. Oh, you're muted. Kate.
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know whether Mabel knows what Verity really wants her to say, unless she thinks that we're compromised. So I think I'm just going to. Bloody hell. I don't actually know what she's gonna do. She's not. I think she's just gonna stand there with the radio for a second, and she's unsure about it enough that she's not gonna say anything, because she doesn't. She thinks they're already compromised, and if they keep using the radio, they're just bringing more and more Nazis down on them. So she's gonna actually kind of just try, sort of grab the radio itself, grab the guy's pistol, stuff it in a boot if she can, grab the if she can carry all this, I don't know, because someone might find the machine gun quite useful. Grab that, and then try and just grab Verity under the arm and start walking towards the mine, because we gotta meet up with the others, because they gotta more could be coming, and she's just got to get them together and help Verity out properly.
Wants to scramble for the radio, and she'll fight Mabel a little bit, and she would like to use like a static, if possible, if Mabel's gonna let her, like just a tap to do 13, and that'll be it. Like a Morse code static.
Yeah, she'll let you do that because
13.
She feels like, Verity knows what she's doing with the radio, and she's happy for her to do that, as long as we're kind of getting underway.
Sure.
And then I think her brain just hurts too much to figure out anything else.
You took that guy's pistol. Did you wish to inspect his body any further, or just take his weapons and go?
So did I see the symbol of the red sun on it? Or can I see that?
Nächtwolfe has the wolf symbol on him.
The wolf symbol on him.
They're working together.
I will make a mental note of what that symbol looks like. Sorry, say that again, Helen.
We know that the Nächtwolfe and the Midnight Sun are working together.
Yes, but I would just confirm that, okay, that's what that symbol looks like. Okay, they are together. I don't think I don't think she will inspect the body. Like, she doesn't think there's time at the moment. We know where the body is. In theory, it's not going anywhere. We can always come back to it, but she needs to get Verity to the others and stuff. So, no.
Yeah.
Just grabbing. If anything obvious falls out, but other than that, we're off.
Rifle, machine gun, pistol, and he has, like a shoulder bag, but nothing falls out, I wouldn't say, but he has a bag.
He has a bag. Is it easy to throw that over my shoulder?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, just a leather satchel that he has strapped around. Yeah,
because I can search it later. Whatever's easy.
Sure. And Verity does fight you a little bit to get to the radio, and you don't know whether it's the delirium of the injury or what. But Verity, you reach the radio, and I'm not gonna make you roll for this, because Morse code, this is something you just know how to do, even in your state. I just don't think this is really something that'd be a challenge for you. You Morse code out 13. And you get back a Morse code that is just a acknowledged. And then the radio goes silent. So Mabel, start making your way. Sorry, go ahead, please.
I just kind of flick to turn off the signals, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's not broadcasting. Right now. Got to save the power source that we have for it.
Sure. So Mabel, what are you, fireman carrying Verity, or putting over your shoulder?
Probably. I mean, unless she looks like she needs it, I'm the under the shoulder kind of support, hobble along with all the stuff.
Carry me like a baby, Mabel, like a little baby.
You don't stop being a baby. Come on. There's a water fight, chin up and all that. Stiff upper lip. Let's go. We'll get you a cup of tea and you'll be fine. Okay.
Yes.
Put a cup of tea on it. Onto the.
Everything will be fine.
Yes. Everything will
be
fine. Just imagine. Oh, there'll be some. Yes. By the white cliffs, and bluebird and all that. Okay. Let's go.
The king.
Keep the Union Jack flying, ladies. All right.
Not sure. Can't remember.
God save the king.
I think it's a king right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty sure king.
Yep, George. Yep. So.
Briefly, I thought I was so concussed that I lived in 2020 and everything was locked down and it was a miserable old time. Take me back to the war. Take me back.
Oh God. Take me back to the good old days. Meanwhile, back in the camp, Helen, you just confirmed your kill shot.
Yep. I think she watches for a moment. She pulled the trigger, was like, oh, that's it. Click. And then she's like, yep. Alright. Mabel's looking... Okay, Verity's...
Thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Yep. Alright. They know it was me. That's good. She's got Verity looks injured. I think she's bringing her down this way.
Judith just silently hands her the knife hilt forward so she can notch her stock.
Oh, there's not enough room on the stock. She'll reload.
Are you kidding? This is like my fifth stock. There's so many notches.
Helen's had to start doing them only for every 10 because there's just no room.
It's 302. I mean,
Yeah, not bad. All right, you see Mabel approach the gate, bringing Verity in with her.
Yeah.
She has a shiny new machine gun and a bag.
Oh. Well, that would have been really bad if he had. Yeah. That was almost really messy, wasn't it?
Well, it was pretty messy up there. Well done, good job.
Yeah, lots of blood.
Judith will relieve you of the bag and start going through it.
Okay.
What happened?
That was a wolf guy. The Nächtwolfe, Nächtwolfe.
Nächtwolfe.
Yes. I think he was alone, but I don't know. Very bad. Verity's got a very bad bump on our head. Just Morse coded 13 over to Hunter. Other than
We're
that,
at
I don't know.
13.
Any news on the dog?
Probably. We cleared the way, so we can single file get down there.
I think we may have.
But she shouldn't go.
If we've got Nächtwolfen in the area, we may have bigger issues than sticking around here to see what's down in that pit.
Any orders in that bag?
Anything in the... Yeah.
Yep. What's in the bag, sir?
Dig through the bag.
Just a bag of baguettes.
There are just a whole bunch of baguettes. There are rations in there. There are rations, ammunition. Looks like some personal items. He has some photos in there. Looks like a picture of a woman and a small boy smiling to a camera in front of a farmstead. But you do find a scrap of paper. Looks like a telegram type of notice, a message written in German.
Look at Aleksi.
Yeah, Aleksi.
Aleksi will take it and he'll skim it over first and then read it out loud once he sees that there's nothing too risque for the ladies.
You see... Oh yes, their delicate sensibility. She just blew a guy's head off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here to protect Helen. The White Russian.
Wouldn't want to offend... Wouldn't want to cause anyone to faint around here.
No.
So
Verity does it enough.
Boom, got her. Geez, I almost want to add threat to my pool just for that. The you skim it, Aleksi, and with your broken German, there are some perhaps like proper nouns and stuff in here that you don't understand, but you get the gist. The first thing that catches your eye is the order comes directly from Sweet Liesel Baum.
Oh no.
The order was addressed to someone named Ernst Danzig, who, from the context, you gather was the sort of commanding officer here at Outpost 13, and that the order was then copied and passed down to perhaps a few trusted lieutenants or something of the sort. This, there'd be nothing that indicates that, yeah. So, it's a an order from Sweet Lieselboom to Ernst Danzig that tells Danzig to have the men pull out of Outpost 13, bring with them most of what they found, as much as they can carry, leave behind a few to be retrieved later, and to reach a spot, a monastery, the monastery of Saint Bernardarchus at Dark Lake. And as you turn it over, you are quite pleased to see that this apparently lieutenant of some sort that Helen just capped helpfully sketched himself a map of the monastery and the lake on the back. It is crudely drawn in pencil, but it's enough that if you could cross-reference it with a larger map of the area, you would be able to tell where it is and how to get there.
Aleksi gives a very pleased look and relays and hands all of this over and says, "See? Germans. Always so helpful. They left us a map."
Yeah,
Yes, the
look at it.
Nazis are very good that way. It sounds like maybe, Aleksi, you need to make the tunnel go boom again. Let's deny them whatever's still in there.
Well, maybe
Absolutely. We should see what's
find
inside
out.
first.
Yeah, because we can always use it as a cover of bringing up some of the things as well to get in. Like, yeah, we're just bringing up the rest of the shipment if we have whatever it is that's down there. Might be a good way in.
Also, Verity just passed out.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, she needs a rest anyway for a few minutes, maybe. Are you supposed to sleep with a concussion? I'm not a medic.
Not really. I'm going to kind of gently slap her face to, and while also holding on to the thing, while they're discussing all of this, I'll just be like, there, think of tea. And try and keep her conscious at least, even if...
Yeah, she's drifting in and out.
Yeah.
But she does show some
How-
lucidity as you smack her.
How long would it take me to get to where the German was, where the Nazi was from the camp?
Oh.
Hmm.
I'd say it's only like 5 minutes to walk out and up the hill again, if that. Yeah, I mean, it's not far.
Okay. Judith really has no interest in going down into the mine. That's not
That's
her
fair.
mission.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not her mission. That's not part of her mission. So she's like, okay, fine. You guys want to do that? Great. But she does need to go take care of the Nazi's body, so that it isn't easily discovered. And I think she's just going to ask Helen to cover her through the scope.
Yep.
She's going to make her way up there as quickly and as quietly as she can. She's going to strip him down of everything after searching his body and then bury him. Just a nice shallow grave.
Okay.
Bury the and when she finds the Verity's remains of her dinner, she'll bury that as well because she knows wild animals will come after that. Don't need that being dug
Oh,
up.
the remains of her dinner is the worst way you could have said that.
I can think of worse.
Oh god, it's just tea. It's all tea. So
Thanks.
Judith, you can head out and do that, and we will come back to you in a minute. If you're trying to, I'd want to have you roll right now though for me, since what you're essentially doing is, I'm going to call this stealth. I mean, you're trying to cover up the what happened there. So, roll now for me, please. Stealth with. Trying to do it quickly? Agility? Or
Okay, I'm going to do that.
what do you think?
And I do have a focus. Yeah, agility is fine. That or coordination.
Yeah, I
If
think
it,
agility for this. Yeah.
Okay. And I do have a focus in rural stealth. So.
And this is rural.
Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a threat on this, just to give myself an extra
So
die.
nice of you.
Because this.
Thank you.
I know. Let's see. Target number
You're a friend.
12. I know. I am.
A friend.
So that
in
makes
need.
my focus. That makes my focus a 1 or a 2.
What's your?
Since I have a focus in rural.
Yep. So what is
Or
your
it's
stealth
the number.
stealth.
That's right.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's
number,
The
whatever
number.
it is.
That's
yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. That's right.
So what is that for you?
It's a 4.
Cool. Oh, that's nice. Boom.
So
That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Yep.
Yep, because you have a crit in there, so you only needed the 1, so the other 2 are going to pay up into your pool. Moment. Hiccups. Okay, so that is going to take you a little bit of time, Judith, so while you're off doing that, I will say you will successfully complete this, but that's going to take a little while. So while Judith goes off, Helen, you're going to keep watch over her, and who is
Yeah.
going to inspect down the shaft?
Helen was gonna go because she can wriggle in, but she's gonna watch, especially after what happened. It'd be
Aleksi will go.
bad to let Judith.
All right, Mabel, are you sort of taking care of Verity?
I'm trying to take care of Verity, I think, yes. Trying to be aware of everything else, but we don't want to lose someone on this, so she's trying to get Verity back into a workable state as much as she can.
Okay. Mabel,
Aleksi's down.
yeah, to cover that, you have some bandages and stuff. I would like for you, please, to roll reason, either reason or will with medicine, please, Mabel.
Okay, reason or will? Reason's better. Reason is 10. Medical is 0. So yay, you're gonna be fine, Verity. Okay, so I have 10. I will take one of those momentum, so I at least can roll
Great.
3 dice. Yeah, I hope that's enough. 3, so 10. Submit! Yes! 2 successes. In fact, 3 successes, right? Because one of them is a crit.
Yep.
So,
Heck yeah. So those 2 go back into the momentum. Beautiful. And Mabel, you are no skilled field medic, but I mean, you're good at stopping leaks. So you managed to pretty easily bandage up Verity's head. She is back and forth. You see that her eyelids are fluttering quite a bit. You see that now where she was struck on the head is beginning to swell. And she's got a big old egg forming right there above her eye. Her eyelid now kind of droops just a bit. She's had better days. There's blood running down her face and down her chin and neck. And as she kind of flutters her eyes at you with this kind of dazed, dizzy, half-smile smirk, you can tell that's gonna hurt, and she's gonna be feeling that for a while, but she's gonna be okay. And Verity, you may heal 1 stress from that. If you can hear me, Charlie, you may heal 1 stress.
thank you.
And she's a
We're
little bit
probably
back and
grabbing
forth.
snow and piling it on her head a little bit to try and ice pack.
Make a little cold compress.
Kind of. It's probably melting endlessly, but like.
Ah, okay. Oh, I forgot to shout out Anna, by the way, for donating a crit to Lindy for, I guess, as a reward for that killer shot. Thank you so many. Thank you so much. And now, Helen, I would like you to roll your sight roll to keep an eye on Judith as she goes.
Mm-hmm. Sight observation. Observation with what?
Observation with insight. It's sort of just seeing what you see.
Sure. Sure. 2 dice. Target number. Focus. 1 success.
Hey, not bad on just 2d20.
No. Not bad at all. Especially with a 9 being the goal.
Yeah. You sweep the hillside that Judith is headed for.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes are pretty well trained to pick up even the smallest hint of motion. You're a little nervous, and after what's just happened, and there are a few false starts. You see a bird flutter out of a tree, and you whip the rifle around. A fox coming out of the bushes. There are things moving out there, but nothing person-shaped. The way does look clear. What else lies in those dark woods? You can't say from here, but for now at least, you appear to have Judith covered. As Judith takes her time, but moving with all the due speed of a trained operator, to bury that body and hide the remains of Verity's dinner. And as you keep watch, we go now to Aleksi. Aleksi, Judith left behind her climbing kit for you if you wanted to use it to get down into the mine shaft.
I will have taken this time to properly suit up and check the gear.
All right. You insert a piton into the rock. You have a nice long length of rope, strong cord that you just let down into the mine shaft. The way ahead of you is a bit narrow, but you can get in probably without issue. I require from you only a coordination survival roll, difficulty 1.
Give me 1 second, because I need to get back into Roll20. Just realized I was out of it. You said coordination and what?
Survival, please.
Coordination, survival. So it's going to be a target of 10. Well, they're not 20s.
Would you like to spend a fortune point to reroll?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
They will never find me if I die here on my own. All right, that's better.
There it is. All right. Got those fortune points, may as well use them. So, it's a little awkward, Aleksi. This is not your specialty, climbing. But, awkwardly squeezing through a few tight places along the way, rocks pinching at your sides, you eventually come out into a large open area. I'm actually going to show you a map now, which unfortunately, Chad, I'm sorry I cannot show you, but this will help Aleksi. If you're looking at Roll20, Rindis, but I will describe it. At the bottom of the shaft, the area opens up wide. The general shape of this place is almost like that of a massive handprint stamped deep within the earth. Large open area at the center with these small tunnels that branch off at the far sides. The posts that are holding up the shaft have largely collapsed around you, though their broken remains still prop up some of the rocks. But a few of them remain intact, and those electric posts go forward a few dozen feet to a central tower. It is shaped like a pentagon. All around, you see these structures, these slightly crooked pentagonal columns that dot throughout the cavern. And you see now that this is what's giving off that strange glow. These black columns rise from the floor about 20 to 30 feet up in strange, almost organic-looking shapes. Etched around them is a writing, a script you've never seen, but which gives off a soft purple glow. Straight ahead of you is this pentagonal tower. There is a door closest to you, on the side closest to you. And it seems to be, though it does not reach all the way to the ceiling, you can see that there is wire atop it. It's not simply an observation tower, it appears to be some kind of enclosure wrapped around something at its center. At the corners of that pentagonal structure are cages, though they are empty. And you can hear, coming from inside that structure, that same whining. And everywhere, that heavy, thrumming groan. The air down here is heavy and stale, and it's difficult to draw a full breath. It feels like the air is fighting to escape from your lungs, as if it does not wish to be one with you, and you must breathe deeply with every step. And everywhere is just this feeling of dread, that you're looking upon something you shouldn't be seeing. What would you like to do?
Aleksi's going to check and make sure that his line is still secure and start moving towards the center hexagonal structure with the persistent dog sounds. He's convinced that there's something he needs to find there. It was his main focus from the get-go, so he's going to move towards the sound.
Yeah, you tug on the line. It is secured. The piton has stayed secure at the top. You're confident you can get back up when the time comes. You walk sort of following the remains of those posts, the lines that head toward that structure. I'd just like to know, what is Aleksi feeling in this moment, in this strange sort of alien environment?
He is incredibly unnerved. He probably doesn't like being underground at all.
Okay, that's fair.
He doesn't have any vodka to steal his courage, so he's just doing the best he can. He probably does have his weapon out and ready, considering that this is what's left of their operation down here. And he had it's the first time we're really taking it out because he didn't get to use it on the sniper, but he had a close quarter silenced submachine gun, and so he's got that ready and good trigger discipline, but he's just very carefully moving up.
Okay. You move through this large open space. And as you move past these pylons in the way, these little pillars with all this strange glowing script, they are scattered throughout this entire room, and there are several sort of along your route to the door. And as you get near one, you see a tiny little purple arc, like a little electric arc, zap off of it. You can tell it would be dangerous to touch these off of that alone. And so, unless, did you want to test it or something? You're welcome to, but it appears...
He doesn't have anything that he could poke at it with, so no.
Sure. Okay. Move toward the central structure. The whining of that apparently wounded animal is getting louder and louder as you approach, and at the door, a simple metal door with metal rivets sits there. You can see that it's slightly ajar. Likely whoever left in a hurry. Didn't shut up everything on the way out, especially knowing they were going to blow the place when they left. Would you like to proceed?
Yeah, Aleksi's gonna peek in, gun barrel first, pry the door open with it, and then poke his head through.
Place your gun against the door. Push it in slowly. And as you look into this area, it is... Streamcat. It is lit in here. Though by what, it's not entirely clear. There is a soft glow to this area, but no discernible light source. It glows a sort of pale blue. You can see at the center of this pentagonal structure, there is a mound of stone, limestone. You can see that the floor has been cut away where it appears that a stalagmite has been removed. That stalagmite rests sideways on the ground. You see tools around, pickaxes, hammers. On the far side, you can see that limestone stalagmite has been chipped away at. And to your left, you hear you see now the source of that wine. A German shepherd, tied up, ribs poking through, left to starve. It bows its head as you approach it, whines, looks scared.
Hey, little fella. You look like you've been down here a very long time. I bet you are hungry. And Aleksi's going to just dig into whatever field rations he had, crack open shitty Russian MRE, and find the meat, what little protein he has, and he's just gonna put it in his hand and very carefully offer the hand out to the dog.
The dog. Also, I didn't even want to think about how awful World War II era Soviet MREs were. Terrible. You extend a bit of some dried salted meat toward this dog. It backs away at first, winces. It clearly is not accustomed to kindness. But after it backs away, it slinks down low and creeps toward your hand, points its snout up toward it, and very gingerly, no snapping at it, but very politely almost, takes the meat from your hand and chews hungrily, and then creeps up a little closer to you and rubs its head against your leg.
Yep. And he feels his cold Russian heart just melt, but he'll find a container and open his canteen and give it some water too, because if it's starving, it's likely dehydrated. So he's gonna get it watered up too, and he's just gonna pet and calm the dog down.
Yeah. You bring the canteen to its snout and it laps up water hungrily, and then begins to circle around you excitedly, rubbing its head against you with affection. What would you like to do?
This is no place for a doggy like yourself. I have friends up topside. Let's get you out of here so that you can stretch your legs out a bit.
Would you like to inspect this area while you're here?
Yeah. Gonna check it out, try and see what's around, and if he needs to be busted out of there.
All right. You look around this area. Up above, on the inside of those walls, is scaffolding that goes around the outside with a rail. Perhaps a place to observe whatever's down here from a safe, elevated distance. As you approach the stalagmite laying on its side, you see mounds of tools laying next to it. On the far side, you can see that the Nazis have been chipping away at this, trying to get at something in there. And as you observe this broken column of limestone, you see what they were looking for. You have seen the worst that humanity has to offer. You were at Stalingrad. You saw people eating rats to survive. You saw Nazis commit untold atrocities to the civilians. Torture, murder, things that keep you up at night. You have never seen anything like what you are looking at now. It is frozen, fossilized within this stalagmite is a creature. Large, barrel-shaped torso, a head with multiple eye stalks and tentacles large bat-like wings, one protruding slightly from out of the limestone. At least 4 arms, with no less than 10 tentacle-like fingers on each. And at least 5 almost avian legs, bent and crooked at an unnatural angle. And each of them crowned with tentacle-like spidery hands. It is fully ossified. It is fossilized, but it is a horror the like of which you have never beheld in your life.
Do I have to roll to freak out to see this?
Let's see how you do. That's an idea. I like that. I wasn't going to make you, but now you mention it. Yeah. Roll reason.
Because I know it's the normal thing to do in a Call of Cthulhu game when you see something that's you're not supposed to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a rule for it here.
It's a little different, but I do want to see. This is more just for roleplay purposes. I'd like to see how Aleksi keeps it together. So, do reason. No, will. Do a willpower roll. And I actually don't think reason and resilience. Sorry, will and resilience. There you go.
Will and resilience. Okay. So, gotta double check my numbers here. 2 to 9. Okay. So, I seem to have the same target number for most of my things. Oh well. Cool. Hey. All right.
Hey. All right, tell me what Aleksi is thinking and feeling as he keeps it together.
Internally, he's screaming, but externally, he's staying strong for the pup. And he very much has the look of, this is not something that the Nazis should be dealing with. And there is very much the quick thought process of how much explosives do I need to make sure that this does not become a problem later. And so I think his mind is just weighing his options of how much explosives and how quickly he can get back up the shaft before the explosion would cause any permanent damage to his escapability.
Okay. Do you want to try to rig it?
The others don't need to see this. I'm just gonna blow it.
Okay. Let's rig up some explosives, shall we?
Yes. Let's do it.
The only other thing I just want to mention as far as what's in the area is that right near this spot, just below the scaffolding, there is I failed to mention this before, I apologize, a small sort of hut-like structure. Little building with a window on the front facing out toward it. And you see that that's where the power line terminates. It goes down into that little hut.
Oh, important question, because I have to think like a Soviet operative. Is there any documents around, any books, journals, things that he can pile into his bag as well?
Not where you are in this open area next to the geode. Could be something around, but not right here.
Okay. Nothing in the immediate area. Then his priority is rigging those explosives.
Okay. All right. Let's do some rolls, shall we?
Alrighty. So I do have the demolitions kit and a focus on explosives, just so that those are on the table as we do it. I believe the explosive kit was just an extra dice, or was it a focus?
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Okay.
And I'm calling this a mental skill test, essentially, because you can do the explosives. That's not an issue for you, but it's making sure you rig it with enough and that you have the timer set properly. Mm-hmm. So, I think we're going to call this reason.
Reason engineering?
With engineering, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's going to put me at 11 again. And this is the first time I'm actually getting to put a focus in there. What am I putting under the input value?
Do you have any focus that applies?
The focus
is
specifically on explosives. He has an explosives focus.
Okay. Yeah. If you have any points in engineering?
Yes, 3 points.
Yeah, then use that as your focus.
Okay, so that becomes the number I put in there?
For the focus range, yeah.
Okay.
When it asks you focus, just put in 3. Yep.
2 successes.
My dude. Okay. One of those will pay up. How long you want to set the timer for?
How long did it take to get down?
Probably about 5 minutes.
Okay. I will set the timer to 6.
You're going to give yourself 1 minute to get back there?
I'm going to give myself... You said 5 minutes, so I'm going to give myself
5 minutes
an
to
extra...
get up to climb up the shaft. Which
I'm giving myself...
I only asked. I thought you said you wanted to look around for more stuff before you...
Oh, no. If there wasn't anything in the immediate area, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing you didn't expect was that hut. That's the only reason I asked. That little hut structure. That's the only reason I brought it up.
No, I got you. Okay, I'm setting it for 15 minutes then. I'll give myself some time to look around, some safety cushion, and then 5 minutes to get up. I'm going to grab the dog.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the dog, and we're going to go look at the hut.
Okay. You set the timer ticking away. You know that you've given yourself pretty ample time to get out of here, and that when that thing goes, it is gone. You get to the hut. Door is unlocked. It is just a small hut, a simple wooden structure. At the center is a desk. There is a flag hanging on the wall to the left. This looks like a kind of makeshift command post for whoever was in charge here. There is a rifle leaning against the wall behind the desk. The desk faces out that window toward the thing you just found. There are a few drawers on the desk, and there are some papers left there atop it as well. Oh, you're muted, Rin.
Sorry, I did that so there wasn't any background noise. He is going to just collect everything. He's not taking the time to look it up because he knows he's on a timer. He's just swiping everything into his bag. He's opening the drawers. Any journals or books or missives are going in there, and he will look those over later.
Okay, so you're just like opening drawers, sweep and clear, just dump everything you can find.
Yep, everything's going in.
Sounds good. And you do find a pistol in there, in one of the desk drawers. Looks like the officer's Luger. Nice. Looks to be someone of status. It is a silvered pistol polished to like a mirror sheen. Probably a promotion gift or something of the sort.
Mine now.
Hell yeah. All right. You smash and grab everything. Clear it out and just dump everything in your bag. And then you want to make your way out of here?
Yep, I'm up and out.
All right. Head back. That soft glow of the pylon still setting you on edge. what you've just witnessed kind of keeps running through your head. You stayed with it. You kept your resiliency. But you've never seen such a thing. And it just doesn't feel like something that should exist. The dog, almost sensing your unease, keeps offering its head to you to be pet and nuzzling against your leg. As you reach the shaft, the rope is clear. Roll to get back out of here.
Alrighty. And are we doing coordination and...
Because you have a straggler. Coordination and I would say survival.
Alright.
Or it could be brawn and survival, either way.
That's the same number. Alright. So it's
Okay.
going to be a target of 10. And
Difficulty 2. Would you like to...
yeah, I'm going to spend some momentum to try
Okay.
and make sure that happens. I'll spend 3 to get myself 2 more dice, because I don't want to
Great.
get stuck down here and blow up.
Bad way to go.
4. Yeah, the target number is at 10, so I'm going to need every chance I can get.
Oh, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo.
Thank you, extra dice.
extra one. That extra one will play into your momentum. All right. All right, tell me how you get a dog out of here while climbing. That sounds challenging.
How big is the dog? Like, is it a full-grown
German Shepherd. Yeah,
Okay.
full-grown German Shepherd, but a little emaciated, so doesn't weigh as much
It's a
as
little
full-grown
lighter.
Shepherd normally would. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to probably make sure that his harness is nice and tight, and then with some extra ropes, he's just going to wrap it around the torso area of the dog, and then he's just going to have, like, strongman one arm on it, and then he's just hoisting himself up with feet and arm. He's putting the power of Lenin behind him to lift himself up.
You feel your communist heroes spurring you on.
Yep. All the heroes of the
yes.
revolution are singing for him.
You hear the Red Army choir belting in your ears as you strong man your way, holding the rope, using leg strength to hold yourself and the dog and pull. Finally,
Yes, and the fear of the gulag.
and the fear of the gulag, spurned on by the fear of the gulag. It takes you a little longer than before, but eventually, Aleksi, you reach the top of the mine shaft, sweating profusely, tired, but with this German Shepherd under your arm, a bag full of possibly valuable documents, and an image in your mind that just won't go away. We return now to the rest of our operators as Aleksi emerges from the mine shaft.
Just sweating. Dog is up and over the threshold first, and then he pulls himself and he just rolls onto his back, panting.
I'll give him the help up, because I assume Judith would be back by this point.
Yeah, Judith is back.
So just help pull him up.
I suggest, as he's trying to catch his breath, we move that way. Very, very far.
You rigged explosives, didn't you?
Ah,
All right, let's move then.
and he's just
There
up.
was a dog.
Hey. Yes. You will address him as Rasputin?
Muted, Kate.
shit, yeah. Sorry, I put it. I muted myself on VMix because I'm an idiot.
Doggy.
Rasputin is the dog.
Yes. The dog's name is Rasputin because he
Judith-
won't die.
Judith just looks at Aleksi. Putz.
Well, I thought it was funny.
It's not dog name.
I
Griffin or
appreciate it.
Putz.
Judith's
not
family
Verity,
is
you've
employed by the
come-
royal family. So
Verity,
The
you
irony
have
is
come
not
to.
lost on Judith.
You have come to, though you're still a bit nauseous and a little bit out of it. You see a puppy, a German Shepherd, come up and start to lick you.
No, no dog. Down. No. Bad dog. No, not one.
Away.
Please.
It's okay. It's okay.
No.
You're very good. You're a good dog. Okay. Let's go.
Let's move.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. moving
How
very
long
far.
have we got, Aleksi?
Oh, it would be, I would say, probably about a minute, and then it goes off.
Oh.
He said it took longer with the dog, so it's like his
I
count is
know.
off.
I absolutely love that I don't even have to spend threat for you to do these things to yourself. Bless you.
typical Russian timing.
Yeah.
So yes, it should be about a minute, and then
That does not instill me with confidence in your abilities.
That wasn't in my head.
No, it doesn't. It takes
We should
a
move.
little bit longer to climb with a dog, he says as they're running.
Yeah, and Judith is going to follow behind everybody who's clearing their tracks. As I guess we're heading back towards the farmhouse.
get back to Ferme Dubois.
He's Because she knows
Covers
that's-
the woods.
Yeah, yeah. That second explosion is definitely going to get somebody's attention.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
They did not expect a second one, it seems.
No.
You all run into the night back to Ferme Dubois. Yep, just like that. Dawn is just about to break as you reach the old farmhouse. Judith covers your tracks. Yes, it ain't roleplay if you don't mind running. Judith covers your tracks as you go. The explosion almost certainly attracted some attention, but you all haul ass out of there quickly enough. Your new dog, Rasputin, running happily at your side. When you
But
reach
before we approach
the farmhouse.
I want to
Oh yeah, good.
look through the scope at it, make sure it hasn't been compromised. Like so, before we break cover of the tree line.
Sure. Yeah, roll it.
Seems
Check
the
out
wise thing to do.
Smart.
Observation insight. Alright, let's do this. 2. Nah, it's fine. We're good.
Checks out. So,
Alright, seems fine.
you see the sheep. They seem happy.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Well, then it's definitely fine if the sheep aren't bothered.
Of course.
Them's good sheep.
When you reach the farmhouse, when you go inside, Marcel is sitting on a cot, cup of coffee in hand, and springs up as soon as you enter. Oh my god, you're back. What happened? I heard explosions.
Yeah.
Well, yes, there were 2 explosions.
One was made
One
by the-
wasn't us. One was.
Yeah.
We have a dog.
Second one was.
Did you find her?
No.
Well, I look at Aleksi actually.
Yeah, it's fine.
You've done some interesting things down there, and one interesting thing that really needed to be exploded.
But not Marta.
No, not. Oh, No, I hope it wasn't Marta. No. I did not see any signs of prisoners down there. You did say there were empty cages down there, though, right? I didn't mishear that.
Mm-hmm. I sure
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna emphasize that there were cages, but empty. If she was down there, she is not now. Or she wasn't. Definitely not now.
They must have taken her to the monastery.
This place seems very important to them.
To where?
They're moved out to the monastery.
Saint
Saint
Bernardus?
Yes.
Bernardus? At Dark Lake?
Dark Lake, or... Yeah. Yes, there. We need
Dark
to...
Lake.
Do you know the place?
Okay. Yes, I do. Lots of weird stories about that place. Old medieval monastery. Every bit as creepy as you're probably imagining.
Well, given the Nächtwolfen and Dark Sun people are involved, I'm not surprised. Is there anything else down there, Aleksi? Any information?
I will need to go over what I have found. And he'll just kind of gesture to the bag. I grabbed everything I could. I have not looked it over yet.
We're going to need to get some.
Would you like to do so?
He would like to do so, but he also probably wants to have a chance to look it over first. He doesn't let that show. He just kind of is like, actually,
Judith is fully aware.
Yeah, he thinks
like
for a moment,
a
and he
spy would
says,
say.
exactly. He thinks for a moment, and he's like,
Yeah,
Verity, you are good with deciphering codes. Why don't we look this over? Is your head well enough for that?
It'll be fine. Stiff upper lip, cup of tea, and everything. I heard that somewhere. All right. Give me the paperwork. And she is gonna attempt to just take over the space to make it how she wants. She's gonna be kind of complaining a little bit the whole time about her head working, just groaning But I think as soon as she settles into her numbers, that's going to take all of her focus, and she'll probably go quite quiet and just really focus on the paperwork in front of her.
He's gonna be very careful with what he's looking over and handing to her. Anything explicitly German written, he's gonna once over first and then just pass over to her. And of course offer to translate. Yep, and he'll offer to translate whatever she brings up.
Someone get me a damn rag. My fingers are covered in blood.
Marcel runs to the kitchen and brings you. Marcel runs to the kitchen and brings you a handkerchief.
Thank you.
Vodka as well. While you're taking orders.
A lot of vodka. Or gin. Or whiskey. Port.
I have a
brandy.
I have a bottle of wine. I have some
wine.
Yeah,
Perfect.
close enough. Also, make sure the dog gets water. He's very dehydrated.
Yeah, what are you doing bringing a fucking German dog up in here?
His name is Rasputin, and you will show him respect.
Okay. Sure.
He is a survivor. He has earned as much.
He runs to grab a bottle of wine, which he uncorks and pours a small glass for Verity. Anybody else?
Yes. And he'll, hold up a cup.
Rations
Must
are
wash
real.
away the memories.
All right,
Judith is drinking coffee,
Verity.
smoking a cigarette, and reading over their shoulder.
Yes.
All
That's my
right.
name. Sometimes when I don't
Helen's
call myself the wrong
Verity.
thing.
Verity, along with Aleksi, Verity's taking the lead. I believe Aleksi is assisting in inspecting and
And
decoding
Judith-
these documents.
Judith is over our shoulder.
Yes, Judith, are you providing help or not? Or just reading for your own pleasure?
She'll provide help in case
Okay.
because she does have a bit of language and knowledge of some other stuff that she might be able to piece out together.
I imagine Judith comes
Wait, wait,
over with the cigarettes she's offering to people, and Verity will take one, but instead of smoking it, she's going to unwrap it all and use the tiny scrap of paper to write a little note to herself on. Just push the tobacco to the side.
Scattered tobacco all over the floor.
Oh, she's like, oh, don't do that.
No, we'll
Oh.
use it later. I have a plan for it. Don't worry.
The tobacco?
Yes, yes. It's all part of the plan.
Stick to the plan. All right, let's have Aleksi and Judith roll helps. Your successes may give Verity help on her roll.
Oh, what is it that we're rolling? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be a reason academia.
Okay.
Okay. I will do my
If one
best.
were to have a focus in cryptography, it would apply, but I think Verity's the only one.
Yeah, I figured as much. All right, worth a shot. There you go.
That's one. That is one. How are you helping, Judith? Narratively.
Narratively, as she's standing kind of over them, I imagine they're sitting down, and she's standing like between them over their shoulders, looking down, and she'll point place names that they might from as far as towns in the area, resistance kind of stuff, locations, maybe something that's refers back to other places that she's been. So she's keeping it basically proper place names and maybe names of any officers or Nazi officers or anything like that that she might recognize. It's like, oh, I know who this is. That kind of thing.
Sure. All right. I love that. Now, Verity, roll your reason academia with your focus in cryptography.
Right. Let me look. Reason is 11. Academia is 5. Focus 5. I got a bonus dice from Judith. Thank you so much. All right. So, let me see. What is on the board? Do I have any momentum I can spend? Yes, can I spend
You have
momentum,
one,
please?
Yes. You
Perfect,
may.
all right.
You can always give me more threat.
So it's going to be 4 dice in total.
You could give me more threat and
I'm
get
just
more.
going to talk like this all the time. No. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Please do. Take a threat, dearest. There you are.
Thank you,
5
love.
dice for Verity. You are so welcome. All right, and my target's going to be 16, and my focus is 5.
Holy!
Ooh.
That is 8 successes.
Looks
That
like
is
we
8.
topped off
There
on
are 4
momentum.
crits.
And this is how we win the war, everyone. Now, I told you I needed that tobacco. And I imagine what she's done is she's taken the tobacco flakes, grains, leaves, and is kind of like making patterns in it. Like she'll move it around to move like thoughts, and it's completely erasable because she could just blow on it and the whole thing would just disappear. So it's kind of her own way of just making her own notes that she can then quickly erase as if it was a chalkboard or whatever, but it's just tobacco leaves on paper.
Verity, you
Yes, dear.
brilliant brilliant woman, you.
I know. And I'm only on
So
half a
hot.
brain cell.
Oh.
Can you imagine
The
what
pressure.
I could do on a full day?
Not much better than that. You uncover quite a lot here. A lot of things that you don't understand in the sense that there are things that come up that look like code names that are used with such regularity and in some places such offhandedness that they almost don't appear to be code names at all. They appear to be just very odd names for things. But the gist of what you discover through all these encoded transmissions is that Ernst Danzig, the commandant at Outpost 13, has taken Marta Archambaud and a truckload of artifacts and the remaining men to the monastery of St. Bernardarchus. She is to be delivered to someone calling himself, or herself, not clear, the Cowled Sorcerer. That we are to cooperate with the Crimson Brothers of the monastery, and that we are to awaken the slumbering thing.
1, I'm a bloody genius. 2, I think these people are writing Harry Potter.
What's Harry Potter?
Who?
Oh, it's awful. Don't worry about it.
It's like a section of it. It's like a series of gardening books.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, it sounds boring.
What
as
about
hell.
weeds?
Okay.
Awfully.
It wasn't
Just-
he an
With that
Aussie? Very hairy? The hairy gardener?
Yes, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
I
that
wouldn't
makes sense.
know. I'm not Australian.
With that extraordinary role, you also see that there is a mention of the Ardui, a word bearing a similarity to the town of Arduet, perhaps a common root, but the Ardui are not expected to be an issue with the Crimson
Judith,
Brothers.
you speak Flemish, right?
French.
Close. All
Would
right.
I know, but
Does this look like that place? But I've already forgotten what it's called because I'm terribly good at names. Arduet.
Arduet?
That's what he
it's
said.
Arduet.
Yes.
Arduet would be the diminutive, could be a diminutive of Ardu.
The way it's used in sentences, it's being used as a noun, seemingly a collective noun, the Ardui, as if it's referring to a group of people. You have not heard this term before, but it is used with great consistency, and you also see reference to the monastery again at Dark Lake, and combined with this and the intelligence you've received from that dead Nazi, you seem to have a pretty damn good idea of where they're going. But the last thing, Verity, that jumps out to you, and anyone reading, is this constant reference to the Watch. The Watch. Soon the Watch will begin. And it's only at the bottom of the final page. You see it written, "In due time, we shall assist with the Watch on the Rhine." And that is where you all are when you hear an engine approaching. And a voice shouting in English,
"Come out, we have you surrounded."
Bloody hell.
and that's where we're gonna end for today.
Whoops.
I love 1944. It's a wonderful time.
Oh, I forgot.
Look at all the Cthulhu
I'm
everywhere.
going to... I forgot to make that. I'm going to spend all of my thread.
All right. Bye, Thread.
Nice.
Nice knowing you.
Bye, Threat.
All right. While we're doing outros, I'd just like to let everybody know in chat that we have a poll that's still open. I'm going to stop it and start it again so you can all see the options. And this poll is to figure out who the spy is, because one of us is apparently a spy. I mean, not just a spy as in we know we're spies, but a double agent of some description. So,
A turncoat.
votes over in chat. And if you are watching on YouTube, please do leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think down there as to who the spy is. Whomst indeed. But now, over to you, Mr. Colin, as we wrap up the show and we get ready to head towards 1776.
Oh, yes. I much prefer 1944, but 1776 is quite good as well.
It's
Now-
an average vintage.
I
Shame about the
suppose, yes.
tea.
So, that was cool. Loved that. Thank you all so much for playing. Hi, I'm Colin, at Colonomicon on Twitter and other places. I've been your game master today. It's been so lovely playing with all of you and all of you folks out in chat. You can see me on Friday on Master the Game, where I'm playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Still don't really know what I'm doing. But playing my new favorite character, Balthazar the Bastard, who is a dude whose body is slowly falling apart because he's like a scion of the god of death and he's rotting. But he's mostly just sad because no one wants to be his friend because he smells bad. So you should totally go see that. And then on Sunday on my channel, the Colonomicon channel here on Twitch, Lydia, Half Hour's Tournament, is running 10 Candles, which is an incredibly awesome, creepy horror game in which when all of the lights go out, everyone dies. And the lights always go out eventually. So, spoiler ending. Definitely check that out. And then the week after, or the Monday afterward, I'll be back here on Encounter Roleplay for Song of the Deep. We're almost getting close to wrapping up that season, so please come hang. And then back here Tuesday for more of this fun stuff. And then on my channel every other Friday when I'm not over on Master the Game playing a dude whose body is rotting. At the same time slot on my channel, I do the GM Postmortem with Lydia, Half Hour's Tournament, our chat show where we sit down and talk with GMs and game developers about how to run a better game. And our guest coming next Friday, not this but the following, is Donathan Fry. So definitely come check that out. That'll be super fun. That is all for me. To my lovely cast, let us go over first to Judith, Qua Cleric. Did you have fun today? And where can we see you in the week to come?
I had a lot of fun. Judith is always pleased when Nazis die. It makes her happy. Yeah, this is getting interesting. This is ramping up. She does not regret the decision to not go down into the mine shaft. Aleksi can have all of that kind of fun, as long as she gets to see the papers afterwards.
Can I ask you one specific question, by the way, Kat? I want to know, who do you think the spy is?
Who do I think the spy is? I think the spy is Verity. Hands down. Without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh, I love stirring up shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just a little too much familiarity with everything going on. Verity always has the answers and information.
Cracks are
Good
showing.
at my job. Damn. Craftsmanship.
You're a sec. Yeah.
And where can we find you, Kat?
Where can you find me? Tomorrow you can find me at 6 p.m. Eastern over on the Stalwart Initiative doing some Eberron D&D with my OP Monk Rogue Assassin who hits very hard and then gives paper cuts. Let's see, where will I be next? I'm trying to think. And next we'll be back here on Tuesday for more Cthulhu Cthulhu, and then not this Thursday, but the following Thursday over on This Is How We Roll, or This Is How We RP, excuse me, Lawful Geeks channel, playing some Shadowrun 6E. Things got very interesting last week, and some decisions need to be made.
Righteous.
Oh, and December
All
14th on Lindy's channel, playing some Stille Nacht with Petra, who wrote the game. Very excited for that. We've got a great group
And then
of players.
December
It's gonna be
20th
fun.
on my channel playing Stille Nacht,
Yes.
where you're running it. You're a Stille Nacht addict.
Yeah.
A masochist.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, lovely to see you as always, Kat. Down below, Kat, we have Rindis Party Web Games. What's up, man? Who do you think the spy is? And where can we find you?
So I know I keep voting for myself because it's the perfect smokescreen, but I'm definitely convinced at this point that it's our new friend Rasputin, because let's be real, he's the only German in our whole group. It just makes sense. Real talk, though, I also genuinely believe it's Verity, because Judith brings up great points, but Verity also manages to disappear at the most opportune moments to go, do stuff. And yeah, we just can't trust the person who always seems to just wander away to do something. I mean,
red
Aleksi,
corner would be the imposters, everyone. All right, red corner imposters, vote red. Both of them gone.
Yeah, it's like Aleksi definitely was off on his own for a half hour, but it's fine. Verity was off on her own too, so just focus on that. He's not holding on to any.
I'm also going to say that because you found Rasputin, you name him, you love him. I also think you're the only one that can give Rasputin commands, because that dog speaks German.
Hell yeah.
So I think that's your puppy now.
Nice.
My dog. So where can we see you, Ren?
You can find me all the time, Party Wipe Games, here, Twitter, Discord, all of that fun stuff. The next thing I will be playing is over on our channel, Party Wipe Games, at 8:30, 3.5 hours. We will be resuming our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. We didn't get to play last week because of holiday stuff, so excited to jump right back into that. We have Cadence over there playing a Malkavian, and it's good times because she brings the weird. Wednesday, I will be back here for I Hunt, where I play Ash Dixon, the famed creator of the knife drone. And then most of the week, we're over on my channel playing various games, including Dungeons and Dragons and Tales from the Loop / Things from the Flood right now on Sundays that I've been running. They broke into the Foundation trying to rescue a friend that went missing, and they accidentally released something else in their failure to rescue their friend. So that's fun.
Was it something bad?
It could be, potentially. But they basically had a cameo of a person that looked like Metal Gear Solid 5's Big Boss, saying that they need to find whatever was released.
Oh dear. Godspeed with that, Ren. All right.
Yep.
Over to Lindy now. Lindy, who's the spy? And where can we see you?
So I can tell you who I think is not the spy. I don't think it's Aleksi. I don't think Aleksi is the spy. Weekly, I bounce between Verity and Judith because Verity's too good at her job and Kat's crafty. But it also wouldn't surprise me if Mabel was this like
we're gonna find out Mabel has been evil this whole time.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But I'm
finally found a car and it's a tank.
So that's who I think the spy is. I think it's they're tied, they bounce between, and then Mabel would not surprise me. I don't think it's Aleksi.
Mabel.
I could be shocked, but I don't think it's Aleksi.
Mabel's the wild card. Yeah.
Yeah, Mabel's the wild card. You can find me online. I don't think I'm the spy. But you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy. I don't think. No, I would be shocked if I was the spy, Colin. I'd be like, what? I am. Yeah, Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. I'm GMing in about 5 minutes on LFM Network's channel for some Pulp Cthulhu, some Degrees of Madness. It's more comedy than horror, but there are some spooks. You should check it out. Also tonight I'll be GMing Ravenloft on my channel. It's a lot of GMing day. And then we'll have Aether's Walkway back again this Friday, and just other things. Just follow Twitter for when things happen, when I retweet stuff.
And that's Laugh Love Lindy on Twitter?
Yep, Laugh Love Lindy everywhere. I nabbed it before anyone else could.
Nice. All right, thank you, Lindy. And Kate, who's the spy, and where can we find you?
I flit around about who the spy is. I think in the poll I just voted for Aleksi. but at the same time, it's very like, maybe that's too obvious. Judith often feels like she's doing things with her own handler. That's always sus. Verity does know what she's doing. She desperately needs to use that radio just now. But at the same time, Helen could just be this, like, I just do sniping, but I also do all of this other crap. So I'm really unsure about who it is. It's probably everyone.
I want to chime in my thoughts really quickly, because I'll need to do my outro really quick. All right, so let's double down on this. Helen might just be a really good sniper thing. We know from her dossier that every engagement she's in, pretty much, she's the only one who walks out. This is sus as fuck to me. This is the only thing that walks out. But also, I gotta echo friend sentiments that, you know, it's always the ones you don't suspect. And Mabel has been, you know, keeping her head pretty down. She does what she needs to, but she's just, you know, she's just there. That said, Judith has been reading over a lot of shoulders, and Aleksi knows a lot of shit, so...
And Alexi's Russian, so...
You're all sus.
So Kate,
anyway,
where can we find you?
Have you guys considered... Oh, go ahead.
Have I considered... No, I want to know what we've considered. Quick, go.
Oh, I was going to say, have you all considered Alexi's the only one who speaks German?
Well, I mean, there is that. Or are they the only one? Or maybe the others are holding back. I don't know.
I mean, Mitch says I'm the spy. So.
Well, I mean, you definitely
know you're the spy.
You definitely are.
Who's your...
Yeah, you wait. We're going to find out that they are... That Colin is actually playing the spy, like playing the person that communicate. It's be crazy. Anyway, you can find me here. Access to work on socials if you wish, but Kate Madison here on Twitch, because I didn't nab the same thing, because there's other people called Kate Madison, and I went for something boring and normal. Anyways, yeah, you'll find me here on this channel doing this fun stuff. I recently, yesterday, did a lovely show over on Colin's channel, so check out the VOD of that. And every Friday I'm in a D&D show over on Chaotic Neutral Games, which is on at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I stream on my own channel basically, so you come find me tomorrow from like midday Eastern, and most other days from about 11 Eastern, and various impromptu streams as well, so I'll see you around.
All right, let's go over to me. You've already had my opinions on the poll. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been watching live. You're fantastic. Thank you so much for those subscriptions, Velveteen, Lonka, and thank you so much, Anna, for that donation. I'm really sorry the sheet was broken today. It will be updated for next week. I'd also like to extend a heartfelt apology to Colin, because I did miss his show on Friday. Life has been a thing. And on this note, I do want to share that I am going to be stepping back as Twitch director here on Encounter Roleplay. But I will still be here on Tuesdays playing some wonderful XIII Cthulhu with everyone. And you can catch me on Mondays on LFM, doing Journey to the Obsidian Spire, which is a great D&D campaign, which comes on after For the North, which is our Game of Thrones game here. And on Thursdays, I play over on Follow Black Cats in some Game of Thrones funsies. In the meantime, if you're into it, come and check out Wild RP streams. I play a cowgirl and a few different things, actually. I'm a news reporter in that. And that's where Constance comes from, because I do the same voice pretty much for Constance as I do for Verity. They're related in my head, and I can't stop myself. But it's a lot of fun. It's a Red Dead Redemption roleplay server, and if you want to check that out, you can join. I'll throw the command in chat. I'll make sure the details down below on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up, subscribe, all of that great stuff. The algorithm appreciates you. And a massive thank you to the cast and to Colin today for this. Oh, and it's my birthday on Sunday. I'm very excited. All right. Goodbye, everyone. We're going to 1776.
Happy early birthday.
Time. Thanks, Bam. And we'll see you
Bye. You're a spy.
very soon.
People.
Bye. Everyone's a spy.